Ladies and gentlemen, next is a candid presentation I worked on recently for this occasion, entitled "For the Sake of Our Multicultural Heritage." This is a huge topic, as you know, but I don't want to present a thesis. Please take it as a light dessert for today's event. I love photography. Through my camera lens, I want to see not only the beauty of our country, I want to see its past, present, and future. How multicultural we are. What are our concerns? A picture is worth 1,000 words, but some memories are priceless and some are painful. It all started with my recent trips to Yellowknife, Kenora, the Rockies, and Winnipeg during the pandemic. I'm telling you my feelings and my thoughts. The first destination of today's virtual trip is Yellowknife. This colorful picture was taken outside the most inexpensive Canada Goose shop next to Bullock Bistro, a very popular, iconic fish restaurant there. I was there to chase the northern lights, and I'm showing you some of the aurora pictures I took there. Next, please. So these are, go to the next one. These are some of the aurora pictures I took during my trip to Yellowknife. Next one. I was also trying to find out how multicultural is Yellowknife, a town in the remote Northwest with a population of only about 20,000. It's so interesting to know that about a quarter of its population is identified as indigenous, and they speak 70 different languages. Over 70% of the recent immigrants came from Asia, and among these immigrants, many of them are Filipinos speaking Tagalog. There are also many South Asians living there. It's a very multicultural place. Next, please. As you know, the Yellowknife Grove have been dependent on its beautiful natural setting and resources since the first settlements there. It has the same social problem as many small towns: housing, mental health, intoxication, and violence. Treaties in Canada date back to the time when Europeans first arrived to North America. Europeans sought to make alliances with the indigenous peoples as a way to maintain the peace, providing access to natural resources. The Treaty of the Khan has signed with the Aboriginal people since the 18th century have permitted the evolution of Canada. In fact, much of Canada's landmass is covered by treaties. As the two parties make economic and military alliances, Canada began to take form. In 1869, Canada gained full control of all resources in the Northwest Territories. I noticed this display board in the Northern Heritage Center. It says, "For thousands of years, the Aboriginal people thrive in harmony with land and survive according to their own set of laws." It adds that before the arrival of outsiders, indigenous people governed themselves and make their own decision. That's part of their history, something for us to think about. Some of you might not know Kenora. Kenora is a small city situated on the Lake of the Woods in Ontario, close to the Manitoba boundary, and about 200 km east of Winnipeg by road. I first flew to Winnipeg and drove there within 2 hours instead of driving 19 hours from Toronto, even though Kenora is a Toronto city. Toronto is known for its waterfront beauty. It's a place for the rich and poor. So next slide. Yeah, you can see that, it has quite a nice harborfront. It has many small islands like what I'm showing you, like the Thousand Islands, many of these type of small islands. Next one. The region of Northern Ontario includes 106 First Nation and 10 territorial districts, and Kenora is one of them. The city of Kenora and the land around it are steeped in rich indigenous history, and today are home to many First Nation people, all of whom peacefully share and care for this ancestral land and waters. So the next one, please. Then yeah. I got the opportunity to attend the drumming ceremony. Maybe go back to the previous one. Yeah, I'm talking about this one. This is the Go to the next one, please. Yeah, I got an opportunity to attend the drumming ceremony. During the ceremony, the drum is first dedicated to the creator. Next. So the picture on the bottom left shows that they are building a baseball field, in this vast piece of land that they own. Next. In fact, the culture of these First Nations is no different from ours. The traditional teachings include honesty, truth, respect, bravery, love, humility, and wisdom, very similar to the Chinese values. Next. All these values serve as Kenora Chief's direction, even when they are facing many issues, including not enough funding. Next. This is part of their heritage and culture, eating moose. Yes, moose is safe to eat. It is also one of the healthiest food available. Moose is an important component of feasts by many First Nations. What impressed me, if you look at this picture, was the young people there were taking moose meat back home to their seniors. That's what we call, among the Chinese, we call it filial piety. Yeah, the way to respect your seniors. This picture shows some of the lovely Aboriginal kids. Next one. The Ontario government, we were talking about education. In fact, the Ontario government is investing millions of dollars to train young people from the First Nation communities for rewarding careers in construction. And we all know that this is the right direction to go. Next one, please. We want to see a better future for the Native children through different kind of career training and education. And we don't want to recall the memory of the Kamloops Indian Residential School. Next one. The discovery of children remains at the site of one of Canada's largest residential schools, a finding that brought the deaths of indigenous children at the school into the national and international spotlight. Next, which also triggered off the name change of Ryerson University, as the Toronto Star said. A long battle is over. Atherton Ryerson is no more. His statue is no more. Next one. I had a stopover in Winnipeg on my way to Kenora. Among Canadian cities, Winnipeg has the largest indigenous population. I stay at the hotel at the Fox, a historic site in downtown Winnipeg, which has witnessed 6,000 years of human activities. All over the Fox site, there are stunning murals, sculptures, installation arts, and other amazing pieces of artwork. But my focus is the Canadian Museum for Human Rights. The museum is also featured on the front of the Canadian $10 banknote. Its architect designed the building as a peaceful beacon for humanity. These two pictures show the exterior and interior design of the museum. Yeah, let's show us the, all this the beautiful picture. This is a picture of the interior design. And go to the next one. This is another picture of the design. And the next one, yeah, this shows the design of one of the galleries. And the next one. Oh, I like this one. I would like to have a high ceiling office like that. So go to the next one, please. But what it attracts me is this footprint of 750 years ago. The description next to it says, the land beneath this museum has always been and will continue to be home to the indigenous peoples. Next one. This piece of installation art entitled From Sorrow to Strength brings to light the sexist and racist nature of violent crimes against indigenous women. One of thousands of shoes found in Nazi camps in 1945 serves as a reminder of the lives lost in war and genocide, something still happening today. As Chinese Canadian, we must say thank you to the museum for acknowledging Dr. Vivian Poy, the first Canadian senator of Chinese descent, Douglas Zhang, the first Chinese Canadian MP, and Philip Lee, Manitoba's first Chinese Canadian lieutenant governor. It happens that, it's a small world. Philip Lee is one of my cousins. Yeah, we recognize our relationship when we met the first time in Canada. Yeah, I'm going to show you, some beautiful pictures of the Rockies. On my way to Yellowknife I stopped over in Calgary and had a chance to go to Banff to admire the majestic Rockies. When I took these pictures, all these are the Rockies pictures. They are so pretty. I like the mountains there and the lakes. Yeah. And the waterfall as well. Okay, yeah, we stop there.